I think.
Yeah.
Can we go? Okay. So I'm Samantha Dylan. I'm a junior, and I am part of the arts pathway.
And I'm Dylan Schweer. I'm a junior, and I'm a part of the business pathway.
Okay, so we did the Glenville project. So this project, we were confronted by Ryan Peter and Matt Witten from Glenville, and they wanted a town logo and a website. So I agreed to design these two things for them. And they also, Dylan comes into this because...
Yeah, there is a requirement to get this website, and that is by getting a grant. And we go to the Nebraska Tourism Commission and ask for a grant, and we'll find out around, I think, April, May, if it's accepted, and then we can go off there.
Okay, so for the overall design, they said that they wanted red incorporated with it because that was like the town color. They wanted it to look modern, but they wanted it to also kind of have a historical feel to it, so like meaning older looking fonts and graphics on it. And then they had no set date as to when they wanted this done. So I had a lot of wiggle room to work, and they were open to a lot of different ideas with my designs. So this was the original logo that I created for them. As you can see, it's very simple. It's not like super busy. There's not a lot going on. The red isn't incorporated along with the font. It's kind of older looking, but it's kind of modern. So I got this done and I sent it to them, and they told me they wanted the year that the town was established on it. So I added that. Oops, wrong button. And I gave them these two options. So I waited for feedback for a month from them, which was very stressful. But through this whole process, I've learned that your clients play a huge role on like the timing of the project and how long it takes to get it done. So yeah, they chose the second option. Okay, so can you click that first link for me, please? So these were two websites that they liked. Red Cloud, I really liked the visual appeal of it. It was very clean looking and crisp. I liked the logo. That's kind of where I got like inspired to make mine. And then the other link was for Minden. This one, as you can see, it's a lot more historical looking. I didn't really like this one, so that's my designs. They ended up looking more modern. I liked the middle part though in that one, like the organization and stuff. So I pulled from the two of those, and I came up with this. So this is like the homepage when you would get onto a website. It's called the Index. The design, you can see it's kind of similar to the logo. It's simple and clean looking. As you can see, there's the logo. And I sent this to Ryan and Matt, but they haven't approved it yet. Then the next one. Okay, so if you click this About button, can you go to the next slide? So if you would click that About button, it would take you to this page. So it's like a sub page. It's a very similar design. It's all still in there, the logo, and the red's incorporated. This one also hasn't been approved yet. But when it is approved, we will send my designs to the company that Ryan and Matt decide on, that Dylan have gotten bids from, and then the company will create something that matches my design. Okay, so the next slide. Okay, my mentor, her name is Annie Lawton. She's from Mustang Media in Sutton. She helped me a lot for my part of this project. She gave me a lot of her input and advice when I was designing. I would make something and ask her what she thought about it. I had a great experience at Mustang Media. I loved it. I learned a lot about graphic design, and they also do screen printing, and so I learned about that too, which was really cool. And then I also sat in on some of their meetings, and I learned about marketing and sales. So I didn't know much about that, but that was cool. They're really amazing to work with. I definitely recommend going to them if you need like apparel or promotional items, or they even make web designs. So that's one of our options. We got a bid from them. I also worked with Jared Grease. He's the owner of that company, and he was also a lot of help. But now we'll talk about writing the grant. This is Dylan's part.
Okay, so now to the boring part of the presentation where it's about writing. So nothing really interesting to me. What is a grant? It kind of sounds like a dumb question right off the bat. It seems simple enough. But when I was first asked to do this project, I didn't really know the exact reason people asked for grants. I knew that a grant was to ask money from someone or the government, and that's basically all I knew. So when I was asked by Ms. Shackelford to write the grant for this project, I was kind of lost, and for the first week or so, I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. So after research, looking up on tips on how to write grants, I started to piece it together and figure out what I'm supposed to do. But to answer this question, a grant is a non-repayable fund, and it's usually given out by the government or someone that's just being generous. And when this was first appointed to me, at first I was nervous, of course. I was asked a really big part to actually help a town with a problem that they wanted solved. But it made me feel proud and accomplished of myself because I'm a junior and I was asked to help with this project because it means that much to the town of Glenville. And now that we know what a grant is, we can go to the most important part of a grant, which is getting the bids. The bid is the most important part because without the bid, you can't get any money. They don't know what your range of money that is required would be needed. So this is the key part of writing a bid. We got 2 bids from 2 different companies. One was from Mustang Media, which is located in Sutton, and it's been helping Sam. They already knew about this project because of Sam, so they were off the ball, just working really hard, and they got me what I needed immediately, and they were really helpful with any questions I had on anything I needed. And the second one was Provident Promotions. They are located in Hastings, and we have another kid, Jordan Kemp, who is mentoring with the owner from this business, and they were a little slow because I had to contact them, email him, and Blake's a very busy man because he does own a company. So once he realized I emailed him and he contacted, we went back and forth, and it took a while to get my point across, but he eventually understood and got me my bid. This was a new experience to me because I never really needed to email someone. I work in a really small town where everyone knows someone, so my boss already knew me. She knew that I could do well in the field that I was working for her with. So I didn't need to email, I didn't need to contact, I really just resume, and she helped me out that way. Let's take a look at the bid. So this is Mustang Media's bid. Quite simple, is very easy to read and to understand. This is the web design. That's the key part of this bid. I took off their prices because I don't know how they would feel about that. If you want to get a bid from them, you can, but I just felt that it was necessary to take that away. And we only want one website, so one of those. And this was the key part. Glenville right now doesn't have anyone that would really be able to maintain their website. So to start off the website, they would have 12 months of monthly maintenance, which I believe they would spend 2 hours a week or a month on the website, updating it. And so Ryan would be in contact with them, informing them what they want to add on to the website. And that's just for now. They can add on more of that if they need to, or if someone else can figure out how to update the website. And now, starting off the grant, to start off a grant, you need to state the problem. And our problem was, for Glenville, when you Googled Glenville, Nebraska, a unpleasant pop-up came up right away that alerted someone that there might be sexual predators living in Glenville still. And now Ryan doesn't want that to be eliminated. He still wants people to realize that they do live in Glenville, but he wanted them to know the full story of Glenville, Nebraska. So this website was really helping them with that and help share their story and tell them that that's not the full picture. After you state the problem, you describe what you want, which we wanted a website for Glenville, Nebraska to market what we're about, what they would be doing on specific dates, and stuff like that. And now comes the boring part, which is the waiting game. Unlike Sam, I'm very impatient. I have trouble sitting and just waiting for something to happen. And this project will be confirmed next year in around April, May, if the grant is accepted or declined. And that's the key part. If it's declined, I don't know if they will continue on to making the website. If it's accepted, then Sam will be working on the launch of the website, I believe, with Mustang Media. I think it's pretty heavily. With the help of this project, I can know a little bit more about what I'm going into, and it helped me understand that I kind of do like this part of business. And now on to my mentor, which is also a very big help. My mentor is Sharon Levine from the Clay County Treasurer's Office. Sharon is a very nice lady and very helpful person to me. She has helped me extremely through the process of becoming a treasurer. And it was kind of funny because when I first joined up, they were about to look for a new treasurer. One of their treasurers was stopping their job to stay at home and take care of the children. And they thought, oh, it would be nice if your mentorship could lead into a job, which that sounded really nice. But that exact day, someone turned in a resume. So wasn't really helpful for me to that. But this mentorship has been a lot of help with me. I know more things about the treasurers. Like, I now know that county treasurer's offices are in part responsible for your license plates. You come in, you pay, and then you renew it every year. You get a new license plate. And fun fact, the prisoners of the Clay County Jail make our license plates. So little things that I learned through this mentorship. I've helped out renewing someone's license. I've looked over them doing a lien on a car. I've seen Sharon do the tax returns and paying taxes for someone. One day I felt really good about myself because I came in and the first thing they did, they handed me an envelope saying this person asked to renew their license plate by mail. Here you go. You know the system. Do it. So I got in and I did it and I renewed it, put it in, and it was ready to mail right like that. And I felt really good about myself. Now the rest of the day I put stamps on envelopes because there was nothing else to do. I stamped 300 envelopes for them, but I've learned a lot from the Clay County Treasurer's Office. The ladies are really nice there and are very helpful with anything I have questions on. And I plan on staying with them for the next semester and continuing off of this mentorship. Questions?
I was going to ask Sam, are you going to go back to Mustang Media still?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know for sure if this is what I want to do, but with the t-shirt design stuff that was happening, I haven't closed that deal up yet. So I'll go back and I'll figure that out with him next semester and then hopefully do some other projects with him, and we'll see about next year, senior year. I don't know. I might go into education my senior year. Yep.
So were you actually going to be a treasurer?
Yes, I planned on becoming a treasurer at the beginning of this semester. And when I was first appointed my mentor, I was kind of shocked because it wasn't a treasurer. It was a accountant basically for a business in Hastings. And I went up to Mrs. Hasenstoff and I asked her, I wanted to be a treasurer. Is it all right if I switch to Clay County treasurer? Because that was my mentor sophomore year, but I didn't go. So they switched it around. It was much easier for me to go to Clay Center and mentor with Sharon than it would be to go up to Hastings and mentor with, I can't remember her name, but it's a lot easier for me, and it's helped me a lot more with my acknowledgement of my career choice.
Did you guys ever, I could sense both of you had to wait and be patient on some of your tasks. Did you ever give some probing messages, emails saying, well, what do you think? Can you
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I felt way too nice. I waited a month, and I emailed him again. I'm like, hey, don't forget about this. Let me know as soon as you can. Like, how hard is it to decide what you want, like, for a logo? And then I waited another 2 weeks, and then I finally went to Oz. I said, I don't know what to do. I asked my mentor. She was like, well, just, wait a little bit and email him. I'm like, I have. So I went to Oz, and she did.
I talked with Mrs. Hasenstock, and she was like, "They're the ones paying the bill.
I
Like,
know.
You want to sit for 3 months on it? Like,
Yep.
I remember her telling you that. And you're like, this is stupid, but that's unfortunately when you're doing that, and it's like they're wasting their time, not your time.
Yeah.
Like if you were running your own business, you just take on other things to do and sit that one off to the side.
Yeah, so I've learned to be patient, but
Well, I hope that you receive this grant so you can see this kind of come together in a full circle.
yeah, so then that'll carry on to the second semester, then the launch and all of that. That would be your project again. Yep.
Good job.